Hi guys, I just wanted to come back and address something that I realised I didn't put into yesterday's video. I briefly mentioned about the speaking length or scale length of the bass. Now if you remember, that's the distance between where the strings are anchored here at the nut and where they go over the bridge saddles at this end. Now what I didn't mention was that there are numerous different lengths that this can be on different instruments. Now this particular bass is a standard long scale bass, and that has a 34-inch scale, and that's pretty much what you'll get on most instruments off the shelf at any given music store, but there are some variations on this. So 34 inches is the standard long scale. There is also a short scale that you can get, and that's normally around 30 inches, and you'll find that on more traditional instruments like the Fender Mustang or the Gibson EB3, but there are a few other manufacturers that are now making their standard basses into those shorter scales. There's also medium scale basses that are normally around 32-inch scales, and some very modern basses will have longer scales, sort of 35, 36 inches. And even you will see some with what's called fan frets, where the frets, rather than being in lines along the neck, fan out along the length of it. So the bottom string is actually a longer scale than the upper strings. Now the advantage and disadvantages of these are that a longer scale will increase the tension in the string, and that will give you more access to higher frequencies. It'll increase the tension in the string, so that techniques like slapping, tapping, or if you're going for a brighter tone in general, those upper harmonics and upper treble sort of frequencies will come out more clearly. But that doesn't mean that the short scale instruments are any worse, so to speak. They will have a looser feel. The strings are shorter, so they'll have less tension in them, and what they'll give you is a sort of more rounded, bassier tone for a bass. You know, a lot of people prefer that because it doesn't have that clanky tone. It'll be just those solid root bass frequencies. There's also the difference that obviously the short scale is shorter. So if you're starting out and you're very, very young, or you're just naturally a smaller person, it might be more comfortable for you to play on a smaller instrument. Also, a lot of guitarists that move across the bass, guitars tend to be around 24, 25-inch scale, so skipping up to the whole 34-inch scale is quite a leap, and a shorter scale instrument might be a more comfortable move. At the end of the day, it's for you to go and try out different stuff, find out what's most comfortable for you, and go down that route. All are good, and I don't want to steer you in any one particular direction, but just something I didn't address yesterday, and I thought I'd put into today's video. So hope that's helpful, and see you in a moment for another one.